That's all right now. I'm going to be doing this today. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Cherry. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, oh my gosh. Look to the screen. Chase. Into the eyes. Sunlight. Oh, I got a surprise. Surprise. Got surprised when good, some best Fall Guys YouTuber appeared in my face. Anyway. Oh, and tomorrow I plan to stream this game because yeah, it's yeah, that's what I planned. Anyway, let me think of yeah. So meanwhile, I'm gonna wait until Treyarch put in release date for season 1 Reloaded for Black Ops 7. I just gotta know. Unless I'll check my phone. Oh, phone. How's my day? My day is going great. Oh, it's full of collab coming to Black Ops 7. Hmm, this week, okay. The Warden is gonna be the playable character on. Skip to the. There we go. Nope. 48 hours? Oh, please. Thank you. People always want to give bad reviews on podcasts, videos. What? Ow. Ow. Okay, I will watch that. Meanwhile, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Uh,
You have done all that, go to Blackwater.
Dang. The bear almost hit him.
If you ever need ammo, you can run towards Blackwater Lake and pop Ether Shroud right before going in. This will keep the bear alive. Shroud very fast and safe. You just have to do the fall.
He will post it, letting us know exactly what file site and when to expect the update. But this time around, he shoots by himself as well. Someone tweeted at him. He said, "Season 1 will reach officially. There's still no information. Will it be out soon, I suppose?" And he said the update has already been added. It is available in the app.
Yeah.
This seems to be something off the beaten track. During this editing, we see the entity get scared by the warden and disappear, but in the midst of that disappearance, is the most official image of DLC 2. Now, in-game, it's extremely hard to see, but thanks to data miners, and then enhanced by @FBFAT on Twitter, we have this image of DLC 2. That absolutely looks like some sort of hellscape. It's got some beautiful colours going on with the blend of greeny blues in the sky, as well as that red, which honestly looks like it has a similarity to the colouring of Vanguard zombies. Beyond this, we got an official description
Oh, please, don't mention Vanguard.
Pod released before Christmas, where he said this.
But I think you see at the end there, the warden's kind of headed up to here with you and springs a trap and sucks everyone down into the earth. And we'll find out soon where we end up.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, it's a really cool place. And there's a twist that I don't think anyone's going to see coming.
Oh, okay. What a lead-in. He describes it as a really cool place and with a twist that they don't think anyone is going to see coming. Now, what do you think this twist could be? I would love to know your thoughts and theories in the comments section.
Oh, please. Oh my.
See that DLC2 is Alpha Omega remade, I think we should take this with a little pinch of salt. The Ghost of Hope is very rarely wrong. He sounds very confident on this, but I would, of course, heed with a little grain of salt. If the next map really is an Alpha Omega remake, and it's true, then Kevin Drew did describe this.
Welcome to Black Ops 7, everybody. Well, I've not beaten up myself yet. Hey, who knows? Maybe in today's October step. So naturally, you're going to want to make your way in here, get the 3 points from Quick Revive.
Yo, YouTube.
It's your boy, back with some more Black Ops 7. This is kind of going to be 2 different videos, but the main focus will be kind of looking back at this. Other creator, name is in it.
World at War. Black Ops 7. Ashes. Yep.
Physical objects.
Dr. Monty and the Shadow Man.
Existed in this realm called the Summoning Key. It can hold souls, change timelines, and bend the rules of the universe. Monty used it to build Agartha, a safe and controlled world. The Ether also had a second connected dimension called the Dark Ether. Time moved strangely there, and its energy corrupted anything that entered it. When some keepers explored it, they changed. Their bodies twisted, their minds broke. These corrupted keepers became the Apothicon. The Shadow Man took control of the Apothicons. Monty and the other keepers fought them. This started the first big war in the entire zombie story.
The Great War.
Inside the Dark Ether, the Apothicons were patient. They began looking for a way to escape and return to the real world. Their plan grew on leads to almost every major disaster that happens next. The Shadow Man became their leader. He searched for weak spots in reality. The Apothicons needed. Many versions across the multiverse. Each version had a different timeline. Discovered something useful. Humans learned fights and mistakes. These created cracks in reality. If the Apothicons could increase chaos on Earth, they could weaken the barrier of the world. Their first step was simple. They threw meteorites, Element 115, at different versions of Earth. Element 115 is a strange material from the Dark Ether. It can be dead bodies without killing, changing humans, and break time.
Wait. Oh, did he just mention this is huge? Really? Really got Innocent Optimus? Bye bye.
Humans tried to fight, but they did not understand what they were facing. The keepers stepped in and helped. Together, humans and keepers pushed the Apothicons back into the Dark Ether. The Apothicons lost, but their goal stayed the same. Another way into real world to finish what they started. Ancient human history and the Great War. The Great War is the first time humans became part of the zombies' timeline. It showed that Earth was already During the 1200s, the Apothicans found a weak spot in one version of Earth, where creatures appeared across the land. Humans had no idea where these monsters came from, but they tried to fight back. Swords and shields did not work well against giant corruption beasts, but they tried anyway. The Keepers decided to help. They formed an alliance with the humans and guided 4 warriors. Each warrior used a special elemental staff. One used fire, one used ice, one used lightning, and one used wind. These 4 fighters became the heroes of the Great War. With Keeper support and the elemental staffs, the humans pushed the Apothicans back. They sealed the breach and forced the monsters into the dark ether again. People later called these 4 warriors Tyrannus, which means the first. The biggest events in early history.
And this we all know.
Stories like myths or legends. One person left with a feeling. His name was Pablo Gomez. He survived the Great War.
That guy from the dark, from the ether. What? God, let's go.
Garthan device. Many years after the Great War, the timeline moves to the 1800s in the American Old West. This part of the story looks small, but it sets up one of the most important items in the entire zombies timeline. The Garthan device. A man named Jeb Brown lived in a quiet town. He had no idea the ether or dark ether even existed. He was not a scientist or a warrior. Some of the materials he worked with contained traces of
Which we found out.
But he did not know what that meant. Jeb believed he could create a device that connected
He was sucked into the dark ether.
3 things: an elemental shard, the blood of an ancient being, and a strange tool called the Vril device. Jeb managed to create the Vril device, but he could not find the other 2 ingredients. Even so, his invention still caused unusual effects. His machines produced the early energy that would later inspire the Pack-a-Punch system, which upgrades weapons. As time went on, the Vril device gave off more unstable energy. This energy slowly pulled Jeb's entire town into a pocket dimension connected to the dark ether. The town became stuck between worlds and would later reappear as a place where survivors fought zombies. Jeb had no idea that his simple project had touched a cosmic force, but this
We found out it's in the dark ether. Ashley Scooby-Doo.
Small inventions could be learned. Big problems. Element 115 was waiting to be found again.
Yeah, 35. There, go.
Discovered it during World War II. Different countries found small deposits of Germany pushed the research forward. Scientists named Dr. Ludwig Maxis created a team called Group 932. Their goal was to build advanced technology. Their slogan was
Guy who always loves creation. Let's get straight with
voices, including the Shadow Man. This made Richtofen create his own secret. Group 935 tried to build teleporters. Most tests failed. Failed tests produced the first modern zombies, which was a strong sign that the project needed to be shut down. It was not shut down. They also created early wonder weapons. These weapons used 115 energy to cause massive damage. Again, not the safest. Failed tests produced the first modern zombies, which was a strong sign that the project needed to be shut down. It was not shut down. They also created early wonder weapons. These weapons used 115 energy to cause massive damage. Again, not the safest idea, but they continued anyway. During one teleporter test, Richtofen was sent to the moon by accident. There he found the MPD, also called the Ether Pyramid. When he touched it, something in the pyramid reached into his mind and corrupted him even more. This event pushed Richtofen deeper into his own plans for power. Back on Earth, Maxis kept working with 115. His daughter, Samantha, lived at the facility. Richtofen saw Maxis and Samantha as obstacles. He tried to get rid of them by teleporting them away. Samantha ended up inside the MPD, which gave her control over the zombies. Maxis was sent to the crazy place where only his voice survived. This one take that power from her. He chose 3 test subjects who had already been exposed to element 115. Their memories were wiped, which made them easier for Richtofen to control. These 3 men became Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takeo. Together with Richtofen, they formed the group known as Ultimates. None of them joined by choice. They were simply the only available options who survived the experiments long enough to walk. Richtofen took Ultimus across several outbreak sites. Each location had Element 115, unstable technology, or both. These places included Shinonuma, Deriza, Kino der Toten, Ascension, and Shangri-La. The team fought through each outbreak while Richtofen continued shaping his plan. Richtofen needed the Vril device to take control of the MPD. He eventually found it in a Siberian research station. With all the required parts gathered, Richtofen returned to the moon. There, he completed his plan. Richtofen entered the MPD and switched places with Samantha. This gave him full control over the zombie horde. Their eye color turned blue to show that Richtofen was now in charge, but Maxis had survived inside electronic systems. He contacted set up the next stage of the time. He discovered a book called The Chronoria. This book showed every timeline, every outcome, and every version of major events. It also showed that Richtofen had failed in many universes, sometimes in impressive new ways. The Chronorium explained that the only way to stabilize reality was to collect the purified souls of Richtofen, Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takeo from specific timelines. These versions of the characters were younger and less damaged by Element 115. They became known as Primus. Primus Richtofen led this group. Their mission was simple to state but difficult to perform. Track down their older selves, eliminate them, and store their purified souls inside the summoning key. Each soul was required to help fix the collapsing timelines. Primus traveled across many broken worlds. They visited ancient France, future test sites, Soviet facilities, and even places where other disasters had already happened, such as Morgue City. These visits showed that the multiverse was unstable and that different worlds were mixing together. As Primus continued collecting souls, Dr. Monty revealed himself. He was a keeper who built Agartha, the so-called perfect world. Monty offered to help repair reality, but he also wanted to control the world himself. Since then, he was protected. The second piece of the shadow, once released the Shadow Man was defeated, Primus learned that Monty was not a true protector. He wanted a perfect world with no risks. Anything that could threaten his new reality had to be removed, including Primus, Samantha, and every broken universe connected to the ether. While traveling between dimensions, Primus received a message saying the Chronorium had changed. This meant the timeline had shifted. Richtofen checked the book and discovered he was no longer the one meant to complete the plan. A different version of Richtofen took his place. This Richtofen passed the Chronorium to Nikolai, making him the new leader of the group. Nikolai read the updated timeline. He learned that the ether cycle kept repeating because the original versions of the crew, known as Ultimus, still had their souls linked to the elemental shard. As long as those souls existed in any form, the multiverse could not stabilize. The only solution was complete destruction of all ether-connected universes. Nikolai created a final plan. He gathered Primus, Ultimus, and Samantha in one place. He poisoned the crews to stop them from fighting back. Richtofen, now in zombie form due to earlier events, attacked to try to save the cycle. Nikolai stopped them as well. To end the ether forever, Nikolai used the Agarthan device to destroy the summoning key. This caused every universe connected to the ether to collapse. All the souls tied to the ether were erased. Because they were not bound to the ether system in the same way. This ended the original zombies universe completely. The dark ether universe ended. This new world had no still existed, but like a separate dimension, a single energy, which is shaped by that energy. This recorded the normal polyphonic characters like Mason, Wood, Price, and Silk lived out their usual events. Dark Ether was
Except for Weaver.
Instead, they beat a tear into the dark ether. This tear allowed dark ether energy and zombies to enter the world again. It also allowed Elder Gods and dimensions influence events. These elder gods have different roles. Some wanted control, others wanted order. None of them planned to make life easier for humans. During the Cold War, both the United States and the Soviet Union formed research groups to study the Dark Ether threat. The American group was called Requiem. The Soviet group was called Omega. Both teams investigated outbreak zones, searched for artifacts, and fought creatures formed from Dark Ether crystals. Samantha Maxis returned to this timeline. She had almost no memory of her life in the Ether. She still had a connection to the Dark Ether, but she did not fully understand it. Requiem teams discovered corrupted versions of old machines like the Avalanche and the Mystery Box. They fought new zombies, armored creatures, and giant beings such as the Order and the Forsaken. These missions revealed that the Dark Ether was not just a place. It behaved like a living system with its own rules, leaders, and long-term plans. When Samantha helped defeat the Forsaken, she was pulled back into the Dark Ether. This event prepared the Tiny for the next major threat, the warning of a new multiverse threat. After Samantha was pulled into the Dark Ether, Musketeers opened in a small American town called Liberty Falls. People vanished, buildings changed shape, and the environment behaved like it was being edited by someone who did not understand basic physics. Inside the Dark Ether, survivors discovered alternate versions of familiar characters. These new versions of Richtofen, Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takeo came from different timelines with different histories. Each variant showed that the multiverse had returned even though the original Ether universe was erased. The main threat in this era was the Warden, who was once a Confederate deserter. Survivors, and even soldiers far from the outbreak zones. Inside the Dark Ether, the Warden gained control over ancient beings called Shadow.
Chat, it's finally time. I finally got another PlayStation gift card. Shall I get another Call of Duty game? This was on. I'll be right back.
These creatures were already apothecates and leaders who showed strength. Under the Warden's rule, they formed a new faction. The Warden began stealing pieces of people's souls. Without these fragments, victims lost memories and parts of their identity. His long-term plan was to break the boundaries between dimensions and pull multiple worlds into the Dark Ether, where he would rule over all of them. Ashes of the Damned. In the Black Ops 7 era, the Dark Ether spreads faster because the Warden is gaining more control. The land around Liberty Falls continues to break apart, turning into areas where normal physics and Dark Ether rules mix. These unstable zones allow new monsters, new mutations, and new elder creatures to appear. A survivor team enters the Dark Ether to investigate these changes. Inside, they find the Shadow Lords expanding their influence. The Warden uses the Shadowsmiths to attack anyone who tries to cross into his territory. His goal is to absorb more worlds into his domain so he can gain full control of the new multiverse. During these missions, the team finds echoes of Samantha, Richtofen, Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takeo. These versions come from alternate timelines where history went differently. They appear as soul fragments, Kelvue showing that the multiverse is still unstable. Each fragment contains memories and traits from its original timeline, even though the Ether universe was destroyed. One major discovery is the return of Dempsey's soul. His essence was pulled into the Dark Ether after the collapse of the Ether universe. The Dark Ether reshaped him, but his identity remained strong enough to resist full corruption. This proves that human souls can survive inside the Dark Ether under certain conditions, which creates a new problem. The Warden can collect these fragments and use them as power sources. The Warden expands his territory by draining soul energy from survivors and from fragments of past timelines. He uses this energy to reshape the land and create more Dark Ether creatures. His long-term goal is to build a single world under his rule. Powered by soul fragments from multiple timelines, Ashes of the Damned shows that the Dark Ether is no longer just a separate dimension. It is becoming a multiverse engine that can pull in people, places, and entire timelines. The Warden plans to use this to control every connected world. Can't get enough of zombies?
Hey, so
emotional.
Alright, I'm gonna end stream, y'all.